Tonight we are making some vanilla extract. It is a bit of a late night. Kids are not sleeping too well, so I'm trying to redeem the time. So making vanilla extract. The beans finally came in the mail. We got them from spicejungle.com. They seem to have pretty good quality beans, which is what we wanted. These are grade B extract vanilla beans. They don't look the prettiest, but I don't care. They're about to go in a cup for a year before we do anything with them. So what we got here, we got beans, we got mason jars that have been sterilized, we got vodka. You can do this with brandy and also rum, I believe. You just want something that is 80 proof or higher. So I made the mistake before I did my research. I went ahead and bought this because I was just eager to start. And this is the best vodka I could find in the cheap little alcohol store. So I'm sure there's better out there, but what I'm getting at is you could probably go with the cheap stuff. So rather than getting this almost $50 1.75 liter bottle, you could probably find something a lot less expensive and make this even more worth your while. So let's start here. First off, I have not sterilized my lids yet. So I'm just gonna pour some boiling water over them. Now, this may look similar, not the same, but similar to, a canning exercise. And our goal is not to can these by any means. And what I mean is to get them to vacuum seal. But I am doing something similar with hot water to sterilize the lids. Hopefully as we go here, it'll have a minute or two to cool off while we get to that. So, all right, so what you want to do is you want to cut the ends off your beans, and then you want to slit them down the middle. The goal is to expose as much bean inside as possible within reason. So you're not going to go crazy and scrape out the inside with a spoon or something, and that would just take a while. And there's really no need to do that. This is going to sit in the alcohol for 6 months to a year and have plenty of time to soak in it and the extract to get into the vodka. So I'm just going to cut them down the middle, and then because I don't want them standing up high out of the vodka, I'm cutting them in half. That way they'll lay down in there nicely. Okay, so I am using beans that are between, a lot of them are about 5 inches, but some are 4 inches. I even have one that's 8 inches. And the recipe I'm following calls for 5 to 6 beans for 1 cup. It's hard to know what size bean the author was using. So, I'm making, I'll have about 12 ounces in here. That's a cup and a half. So I'm using 6 beans. So it might be a little bit on the skimpy side, but some of the beans are larger, like I said. So I think it's going to even out. This is our first time trying this. I'm not too worried. So you can see this is our final product here. We got the ends, we got the beans slit in half here. And now I'm just going to pick it all up. I have my blue gloves. It's a sterilized process, okay. Put them in the mason jar here. Okay. Don't worry, countertop's clean too. Had to do some prep before I turned the camera on. So now what you see is we got 5 jars here because I have roughly 60 fluid ounces to work with the 1.75 liters, if I did my math right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start dishing it out here. I'm not gonna use a measuring cup because the mason jars are labeled. 5 ounces here. So let's get all this. Well, that one's not, so we'll just put it between 2 that are. All right. Ready for this? We're about to make some vanilla extract, guys. It's exciting. Fun fact, I've never opened any thing of vodka ever in my life before, so the metal crack of the lid was kind of cool. It was kind of sharp. I wish I'd opened it on camera. Why does it have this kind of like funnel thing in there? Is that like a restrictor so someone can't drink this fast? I don't know anything about this stuff. Wow. It doesn't pour quite, it looks syrupy. Guys, I don't do anything with alcohol in my life, so this is all new territory for me. So, don't do anything in my life with vanilla beans either, so Only thing I'm familiar with here in this is the mason jars, so this is as much an experiment as it is, well, a project that we really hope to turn out successful. So, look at all those bean things floating around. Do you see those? Wow. Look at all those little granules in there. Can you see that? Or is it too textured in the background? Let me see if I can give you a backdrop here, a white backdrop. Look at that. That's not my dirty towel. Those are all bean things that you'd find in your ice cream. Vanilla bean ice cream. How about that? Lastly, but not leastly, let's see. I guess I'll go back and top some off if I have extra here. Oh. Oh. Whoop. Whoop. Bottoms up. It's not that I've always wanted to say that, but it does seem fitting. So it looks like we're about ½ ounce short here, but I do not care. We might have gone a hair over on some, so, but I'm not gonna, even though I don't really care that much. It's gonna be a little more concentrated, okay? So now we're gonna go through. The lids have been sterilized. We're gonna put them on. I'm not gonna crank it down too tight, but it is gonna be snug. And we're just gonna put these in the basement, and it'll be dark down there. And of course it'll be cold down there right now because it's pretty well exposed to the elements. It's a room, it's got insulation, but it doesn't have any heat, so it it's always colder in the winter down there, and nice and cool in the summer. So these should like it down there. That's what you want for your canned stuff anyway. So nicer ring. Did I get rings on them all while I'm talking? Okay. All right. Final product. So these are going to go down in our basement and sit, like I said. And you know, that was easier than I thought. Why didn't we do this sooner? Vanilla extract in the making. We'll see you in 6 months to a year when we use them.